Hey everybody, it's JER. I wanted to take a minute and talk about a fundraiser that I'm putting together. Um, as many of you know on my YouTube channel, last year I spent almost a year living on the streets. Um, for most of the first month while I was out on the streets, I did videos, and then I caught a lot of, throughout that year, I caught a lot of photos and of course, met a lot of people and heard a lot of stories and experienced a lot of things. Um, this fundraiser that I'm putting together is to be able to fund a project around that multimedia and around the stories that I have in my mind and that I'm ready to share now. When I began this journey, it wasn't about going homeless or living on the streets just to have an experiment or whatever. It was actually to find myself, to find my passions, and to find an appreciation for the world around me. I had gotten so used to living life and getting everything I wanted so easily, and I wanted to step away from that and slow down and actually take in the world for a change. Um, it was the best decision I think I've ever made, but it was also the most challenging decision. There are things that I still live with from that experience that really hurt and are a struggle to make it through. In a lot of ways, I didn't want to do this project, and I've held off for a very long time. Um, Mostly because it is a hard thing to deal with. It's a hard thing to be able to say, "Hey, I was homeless." People judge. People automatically make conclusions about why I did it and the person that I am, and that's hard. That's a struggle. Um, and so to put this out there like that in a way that exploits me even more and shows my vulnerabilities even more is somewhat crazy in my mind, but and it hurts and it's going to be tough. But that pain and that struggle and having to deal with what people might have to say is worth it if this story reaches somebody and inspires somebody or does something good in somebody. Just one person, if I can reach one person with this story and make a difference in their life, then I feel like I've done what the whole goal of this is. Um, I've made it through living on the streets. I overcame that situation, and um, thankfully, thanks to my GI Bill and money from the GI Bill, every month living expenses have been covered up to this point since overcoming that. GI Bill is a fund that whenever you join the military you can contribute to, and if you choose to contribute to it, then once you're out of the military you can use your GI Bill to be able to go to school, and they cover tuition. They cover tuition and then cost of living. That cost of living money is not enough to be able to launch a project. And so I have to set my pride to the side and ask people for help. And that's what I'm doing now. That's what I'm doing with this fundraiser. Asking people for help financially, emotionally, or whatever they can do to help. It's a big step for me. It may not seem like much, but for me it's hard. Even whenever I was living on the streets, I didn't have to ask people for help. I didn't go to people and beg for anything. I didn't have to ask for anything. And I had friends that helped me out by putting money into my PayPal and giving me enough to be able to just get by on, which is all I needed, so I didn't have to go and ask strangers for help. But this project is important enough to me. The fact that the outcome of this project could actually reach somebody and maybe help somebody make it through a tough time, for them to be able to see that somebody else went through a struggle and made it, that's worth it to me. The outcome of that is worth it, to have to sit here and ask people for help. So tomorrow morning I launch this project, and it's scary because I know that I could face a lot of backlash and a lot of people that are going to hate the idea of it or think that I did it for the wrong reasons, but I promise you I did not do it for the wrong reasons. Nothing inside of me whenever I went to live on the streets was anything negative or anything bad at all. I did it to better myself, and I feel like I have overcome that and have come out of it a much better person. And for that, I'm thankful. And now I want to be able to spread that. I want to be able to spread that goodness and help other people with this story. So, if you could help, please do. The way to be able to do so is I don't have the actual link for the Kickstarter yet. It hasn't launched and won't launch until tomorrow, but you can go on Kickstarter and search for JER JOHNS and probably be able to find me. Or look at projects in Brooklyn and be able to find it. The project is called HERE, HERE, period. Yeah, look that up, and if you can help, then help financially. If you can't afford it, don't help. Please don't help. The way you can help is actually by sharing it with friends and loved ones. Thank you guys so much for the support throughout time. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. Thanks again. Have a good one, and happy holidays.